Here we are. We just got to our job. Getting ready to start the Vermeer SPX 25. Started right up. E-brake off. Yeah, buddy. Give it a little bit more throttle. Of course, it's a remote control. Gotta turn that controller on. As you can see, you need the password 1, 2, 3. Bam. You know, I make these videos, but I have to use one hand and operate the record, so it's pretty hard. Just unchaining it, still chained up. Here we go. I'm gonna back up. Take this last chain out. Let's get this baby off the trailer. Let's do it. I don't know, I get pretty excited every time I get to a job. Get to play with my toy. Oh, I had to lift the blade a little bit. It was gonna hit the ground when you go down the ramp. But here we go. Driving over to the dig site, which is in front of their house. Yeah, unfortunately we're gonna have to drill under the driveway to get to the telephone pole. As you can see, dig safe came. It's all good to go. Slowly making my way to the pole. To the house. Alright, here we are. Now I gotta hand dig underneath that barrier with my shovel. Then I gotta hook the conduit up, which I couldn't really get me hooking it up because you just bend it over itself, kind of kink it, and then you just tape it back to itself. I used to use a Chinese finger where you stick it in and you're good to go, but the thing about that is it rips your hands up because they wear out, and this chain has done hundreds of jobs and it does a really good job, and it doesn't mess your hands up like the wires do in a Chinese finger. Here we are, digging underneath that. I guess it's a little flower bed barrier or whatever. But we gotta get the conduit under it. So, sitting here digging, fun. I'd rather be using the machine to dig. But gotta do what you gotta do. So, we're gonna just try to bore under it. It's going a little bit deeper than I thought. It must be like, I don't know, 8 inches thick, deep. That's what she said. But yeah, I'm gonna jam that conduit underneath, hopefully. This is the boring part. Just digging away. If you want, you can skip this part. It's kind of boring. But yeah, gotta get this bad boy hooked up. Gotta get to work. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna try shoving it with the conduit. I didn't have nothing to poke under it, so just poke this under it. I didn't feel like going back to my truck to see if I could find like a metal rod or something, or a screwdriver, anything. Nope, it's not going well. And then go under. So I got an idea. I'm gonna take my shovel. I'm gonna angle it just right. Yeah, see, look at that. Yeah, shove that bad boy under there. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's about it. Oh, maybe a little bit on this side. No, going a little bit deeper, I guess. That's what she said too. Huh. Alright. You can see how shaky it is because, I mean, it's not like I have someone to film me while I'm doing this. I'm doing it by myself. I work alone. But looks like it just went under. I gotta dig. It went deeper than I dug. But I found it. I can't get it out. It's really stiff stuff, so I'm trying to pull it, but it won't go. Oh, there we go. Pull on it hard enough, it just comes right out of the ground. I think I tried to show you what I do is I can't get over. I'm gonna try to attempt to record this with one hand. And it's not going well. So you're gonna miss a little bit, but when we come back, it's gonna magically be hooked up and we're ready to drive again. But this time we'll be pulling the conduit in the ground. Yep, the camera is all over the place. But it's pretty raw footage. I think I seen a worm. Yummy. Alright. Here we go. Getting ready to rock and roll. Got everything hooked up. And it's time to go. So I'm operating the machine with one hand, recording with the other. So definitely a lot easier when you're using two hands. But this is gonna have to do. We are slowly going into the ground. Just started the vibrator. You gotta have that vibrate in action. That's what makes it go through the ground like butter. As you can see, it's just making quick, easy work of this. It's just flying along. I think it looks like we picked up like a little piece of rope. You see that? It's probably some trash that was buried in the yard. But yeah, you can find all kinds of treasures. Maybe one of these days I'll find something that'll make me rich and I don't have to go to work anymore. But I don't know. I'm not that lucky, so. Here, look at this, we're just flying. We're almost to the pole. But you can see we got that asphalt driveway in the way, so if you stay long enough, you'll see me drilling underneath it. And you'll see how hard it was to record. Because the buttons, it's like being on like a PS5 or like an Xbox. So it's got joysticks and buttons. It's kind of hard to hit those when you're recording with the other hand. So I feel for people that have to do everything with one hand. So yeah. But yeah, we're almost to the spot where I figured it would be a good spot to get under. You see there's a big crack in the driveway. And if I'm going to mess any part of the driveway up when I'm drilling under it, I'd rather mess the part up that's already messed up. So if we had to saw cut it or anything, it would just be there. Because I mean, it's hard to control. The conduit's going to come off because it's only held on by tape. And that's what it does. The tape breaks. It stays together. Well, here we are. We got the rods unloaded from the truck. We got the drill bit on. Now we need the drill attachment here on top. So, gonna hook that bad boy up. Which, it's really hard to pull the clip and shove it on at the same time. I mean, it's pretty much a universal joint. That's all it is. But it's a perfect design. It gets the job done, and you know, I wish I would have been the inventor of the universal joint and be sitting on a beach somewhere, but I'm not. work really hard every day to make money to live. So here we go. You know, it's hard to get the rod on. Gotta back up, controlling everything with one hand. I need two hands. I just need two hands to put this thing on. But we're attempting to do it with one. Just so you guys can see the day in the life as a cable guy out in the field working alone. Nothing better than being out in the fresh air, enjoying the wind, the weather. But here we go. We're getting that pen locked in. Oh, there we go. Slid right in, no problem. I don't know if I was talking or not, but it was like a little, you could hear it clipping, clip. Now gonna put this in the drill forward. Even though I can control it all right here by the controller. Yeah, it's been a quick minute, and I had to remember that I had to hit the other button to switch it to the rods. Camera's all over the place. But here we go, we're spinning. I have to hit one button and hold it. You can't let go of that button. But I also have to use the joystick on the other side to make the machine go forward. So trying to figure out how to hold the phone and drill at the same time, because I don't have a GoPro, and maybe in the future if I make any money on this YouTube stuff, I'll be able to upgrade. It would be nice. Then I could probably get a lot better footage, you know. But here we go. We're drilling underneath the driveway. We're roughly about 8 inches or so. That's plenty deep. If you go any deeper than that, it's really hard to, you know, find your rod on the other side because it goes so deep. But I ain't no newbie of drilling. I used to drill wells for Poland Springs and Nestle Waters for 10 years operating a drill rig. So this comes second nature, drilling underneath this tiny little driveway. But yep, and off to the next one. Well, we finally made it under the driveway. I was able to actually pull the rods out from the other side, and I slid the conduit right through the hole, which made it super easy because usually you have to hook it up to like a Chinese finger and you pull it under so it would have a swivel with a Chinese finger. Or sometimes I just take some rope or something like that, or mule tape is what I usually use, is mule tape. That stuff is super strong. It has like 2,300 pounds that it can pull. So, but anyway, we were just able to push it. We're packing it down. As you can see, it's pretty soft through here. The machine weighs, I don't know, like 1,600, 1,700. That's dry weight though. It's probably pushing around 2,000. Don't quote me on it. If you want, just go to Vermeer's site and they'll tell you how much it weighs. Pretty cool little machine. Not bad. I do have a big ditch witch. You ride on that bad boy. But this is a play toy. It's fun. Just packing it down. Another job done with ease. So if you're anybody that's burying conduit or whatever, and you don't want to use an excavator and dig your whole yard up, you can literally put conduit. You can adjust the blade to go deeper. And yeah. So we're packing this down. I am receiving a phone call. Be right back. Alright, here we are. I'm back after my phone call. But yeah, it was just my son, and got to go get him. We're in Maine, and I don't know if you guys heard about that in Lewiston. It's pretty bad, and everybody in the state is kind of like freaked out now. So lately when I've been going to my jobs, it's been pretty crazy. You probably see it all over the news. But yeah, stay safe. You never know what's gonna happen out there. But back to the video and just packing it down. You can see it does a pretty good job. I do have half the lawn on my blade. We'll take that with us. I'll plant it at my house. Get some grass. I got dirt bikes and four wheelers that rip my yard up pretty good. Yep, and then I go to my house and I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind. Had thought just disappeared. But packing it down. Pretty boring process. I mean, it's just a machine going back and forth. You do it so many times a day, it's just like, yeah, blah. But that's how any job is. You do it for a long time, it just gets blah. But I like playing with RCs. And that's all this thing is. It's a big overgrown RC. And so it's fun. I'm gonna shut it off and